Okay, Jubilee might be the goats of all goats, chat. Hang on. Is being poor a choice? You know what? I'm done with it. I'm gonna leave it as it is, bro. I'm done with it.
I think we need to give help to these encampments, and the more we treat them as criminal and try to clear them away, the worse it's gonna be for people.
When we have tourists coming in, it's so embarrassing because I have a lot of people who come to LA and they're like, oh, let's go see the Hollywood Boulevard, and you see people pooping on the street.
Oh no. Unhoused Millionaires. Oh, hold up. Millionaires or versus Unhoused? All right. I'm just calling it right now. I just know how this is going to be. The Millionaires are going to be like everybody just going to work up to them being a millionaire. These people just want handouts. Calling it right now. I'm just guessing.
Being poor is a choice. Step forward if you...
Being poor is a choice. I think if you're born poor, it's not a choice. But if you continue to be poor, then it is a choice. Right? I believe that... well, if you go to college, you get like a good degree. Bro, it's being poor a choice. I think being poor is a choice if you go on like I'm gonna be honest, bro. We're born poor. I was born poor, bro. I lived in a trailer, bro. I lived in a trailer most of my life, bro. So I know what they mean, bro. But I'm just saying is, I think being poor is a choice if you do not go and get something, bro. Because a lot of people work at McDonald's for the rest of their life. Or they work at a factory.
Agree with the prompt.
Being poor is a choice.
Well, I currently am poor, very, very, very poor. And it might not always be their choice, but I do believe it's a choice. Absolutely.
What do you mean by that? That's not their choice. Elaborate.
Some people wind up in certain situations illegally in certain ways, you know, or some parents don't do certain things.
Sorry, no, I'm not,
that they
bro.
should, but whatever. But I believe it is.
Okay, you should be Don Guy. I'm not gonna be Don Guy for bro. What?
Valid.
I have a follow-up question for you. Why do you think they choose to be poor?
Because it's hard to build. It's hard to build something, and it's scary to build something, and there's more excuses. There's more excuses than there are solutions.
A lot of times, the reason someone's poor is because of they lose here before they lose anywhere else. Because we all have the same amount of time in a day. I know it sounds cliche, but
yeah, meow. Do you think being poor is a choice? Not really a choice. Slutty. All right, hear me out, chat. I think being poor is a choice. I think being born. All right, chat. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think you have in certain environments, right? I'm born in America, right? Which is a very good economy, right? Better than someone in like Africa or Europe, right? So I have better matchmaking. But the thing is, right? You can still be rich around yourself, or you don't even have to be rich, right? You can be middle class. Middle class is not rich or poor, right? So being poor. A lot of people like to go for jobs like McDonald's workers or something like that. You can go to college or something like that. Is that you right? True. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, bro. I'm making it out the mud, bro. Always find a way to make money. That's what I'm saying, Mike. Hit the cameo route. Hey, I'm hitting the cameo route. Hey, y'all need to make some money, bro. Hit the cameo route.
Hey, Queso, when are you going to send me your pillowcase that I bought off of you?
Buddy, you did not buy that from me, bro. That's some guy off Craigslist that's pretending to be me. It depends on your server. It's true. It really depends on your matchmaking region. Because if your matchmaking region was like Europe or Africa, you got bad matchmaking to begin with, though. But in America, the thing is, we're considered poor, right? We're underclass right now, bro. We're not even middle class, right? My family right now, we're not even middle class. Right now we're lower class. Right now. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It really depends. But if you're a competent person, being poor is a choice. If you decide to work at a factory or get a job that doesn't pay well or go into debt for it or something, then yeah. Because y'all know a lot of doctors are poor because they go into debt for like $500,000 and it takes like 5 years, 10 years to get paid that back. So they're going to be 35, 45 to 50, they're going to start making money then. So they're all owed. And basically half their life is just wasted away. So that's why I'm becoming a streamer.
it's how you're using that time. So 100%, if you're spending your day and you're not choosing to be
invest in
productive
yourself,
in any way,
true.
it could even be as simple as getting a job or working, saving some money. I think that's how you stay poor. So especially in the 21st century, when there's thousands of ways to get out.
Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get it with AI.
I mean, I would say if you're under the age of 18 and you're a child, you know, but after the age of 18, everything beyond that point is just, it's your choice.
I believe that if you have a mental disability.
Chat, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest though, chat. When it comes to like making money, right? Making money, a lot of people get in their mindset of like working at McDonald's. They're gonna have that for a long term. McDonald's is not a long term job, chat. You're supposed to do long term. Look at that. 16 is not an adult. 18 is not an adult. Well, 18 is legally an adult. Like you can vote at 18. Like at 18, you can legally vote, so that's considered. And you can go into war. So 18 is considered. 18-year-olds are stupid. 18 is stupid. I say. You know what? I think the thing is, right? I think women age older than men do, right? Men start thinking rationally around 30. Like I'm gonna be honest, men start thinking rationally around 30 to like 25 to 30. Men are slow to develop. We there's something wrong with us, chat. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man. We're slow. How long do you think you'll be the breakout streamer, aka the stream that made you blow up? What? I think next year, for real. It's taking me 33 years. Yeah, man, it took 33 years and you still hasn't fully made it. Walrus! How's it going, Walrus? Hey, Walrus, do you have an NA account on League? Walrus, do you have a NA account on League? If so, we should run duos. Nah. Walrus. Bro, Walrus. We could have ran duos, man. I could be a jungle or something. Almost there, yes, sir, bro. Bro, but I think being poor is a choice. I do.
Or a physical disability that obviously you're not in the same playing field. More likely you are going to end up in poverty. But if you don't have any kind of disability...
David Walrus, how's your day been, Walrus?
If you work hard, go to school, put yourself out there, commit, I feel like you should be successful.
I think ultimately being poor is a choice, but there's a ton of nuances. If you look at Mexico, for example, it's like 130 million people. It was like 55
million. Thank you, Smoke. My day has been good.
That's not.
My day has been really good, actually.
So I'd say there are cases where people have no choice in them being poor. 80% of the people that are unhoused is due to trauma. Think of you as, you're doing whatever you're doing in your life. You got a job, you're a plumber, an electrician, whatever, you're making a decent wage. And your wife and kids, they're coming home from a soccer game, semi-truck T-bones them, they die. That would be such significant trauma that could really easily lead
I
to...
I swim on. My parents were swimming and they had a little floaty and I swam on my own.
So if you can't go back
I learned myself.
You don't have a community and a support system in place that can help you get through that and the capital to get through that. It's a pretty fast domino effect from you're missing work, you're missing rent.
Do I remember? Yes, sir, Mike. I remember. Of course I remember, bro. Do you remember?
The fastest way to get out of it is going to be a substance. The lack of trauma.
Remember these nuts on your chin.
Is the biggest
Mike, quit trolling!
Unhoused crisis that you guys have.
I kind of disagree with that because I know you said trauma causes it, but I think trauma is also subjective, right? Like there's like the parable about the two brothers where their dad was an alcoholic and then one grows up to be an alcoholic and he blames his dad. Now the other brother, who he grew up, became successful, didn't touch alcohol.
They ask him
why, and it's the same reason. The same trauma, but it just affected each one differently. So trauma or things that are out of our control may contribute, but I still don't think it changes the fact that being poor is a choice.
I come from Russia, so in Russia, it's a very tough mentality. I grew up in like a small...
All right, where the disagreements?
Be highly offensive, and I want to let you know that all four of y'all being millionaires, I find that deeply insulting for you to say that it was a choice for me to be poor. Now, one of you brought up the myth that if you go to school and work hard, then you just be successful. I graduated from UCLA despite getting my GED in prison. When I went to LSU to study for my MFA, I went there as a single parent with my daughter to Baton Rouge, and we were homeless there.
Okay, did he say prison? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Did he say prison? Are we serious? Grand 40, I bet, Mike. Bro, chat. Did he say prison? So he's saying, oh, I didn't have a choice. I got my GED, which is not a high school diploma. One, guys, GED. Right, so hiring, right? Somebody, if you're trying to get a job offer, and y'all both have the same accolades, same work experience, one has a diploma, one has a GED, most of the time they're going to hire the person with the diploma. That's just how it works, yeah. They're going to hire somebody with a diploma. That's just how it works. And for this person to be in prison and talk about being homeless, where you've been in prison, and now that's on your background now. Now that's on the background. A choice you made years ago is going to affect you now. Now that you've been in prison, now that's against your background. So now a lot of people is going to be not going to hire you because of your past record. Sonic, what do you make me?
And working at LSU as a graduate teaching assistant, I was still in poverty. My daughter couldn't access good schools because of racism. She was in a segregated school where she didn't get the same services as the white kids. And it's funny for, you to say that you come from Russia, and so we have a victim mentality here. But you can come from Russia to the United States of America and have white privilege that I can't access. I've been arrested for walking through Los Feliz just for the color of my skin. Is that a victim mentality, or am I being victimized? There's a big
I'm gonna be honest, but there's no way you get arrested just for walking. Like, I'm gonna be honest. So that Roblox, I think you liked it. Sonic, I'm not on Roblox right now, Sonic.
I want to say that all of you should check your privilege at the door.
Thank you, Sonic.
I never chose to be poor. No one from my background has ever chosen to be poor. Neither do any demographic that is living in poverty in this nation. We face discrimination on a daily basis, and we're doing everything in our power to lift ourselves up by our bootstraps, as you tell us to. But continually, you guys get all the benefits, all the resources. We don't have any type of homeless packs that can go lobby on our behalfs. We don't have.
Well, the thing is, if you've been in prison, it's on your record. So that's really your choice.
So you don't have any opportunities?
Do I have the same opportunity as you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Your words, mine. We don't have.
We don't have representation. We don't have the same opportunities.
Your words was.
I don't know, Sonic. I don't know when I'm going to get on Roblox.
We don't have the same opportunities.
So we're changing the wording, which is fine, and I can't even possibly disagree. I'm not in your shoes. I'm walked in your shoes.
I'll say this.
Okay, you know what's throwing me off, chat? Why is bro sitting like a woman, bro? Bro, why is this man sitting like a woman, bro? He's sitting just like her. Bro, why? Bro, what? As a man, chat, I'm gonna be honest, chat. As a man, I have never sat like that before. I have never sat like that before in my life, bro. As a man, I have never sat like that in my life. Bro is sitting just like a woman, bro. I'm not even joking. Now, my friend sent me a KB of you sitting on in Alabama. Why do you hate me? Hey, baller. All I said, baller, was Indiana is way better than Alabama, bro. You lost to Florida State. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, baller. That's all I'm saying, bro. Baller, that's all I'm saying, bro. Gonna be an earthquake emote, crash the platform. Bro, no, it's not. He is gay. Oh.
A bit sus, a bit sus, a bit sus.
Yes, true.
I can't even possibly disagree. I'm not in your shoes. I'm walked in your shoes.
I'll say this. I grew up poor. My mom immigrated from another country. I'm brown. I'm almost as dark as you. You know, I understand where you're coming from, because I do agree that it is harder as a black man to have opportunities, but at the same time, explain all of the black millionaires I know that are close friends of mine.
Yeah.
That feel the exact same way. And I wish one of them were here, because then he could speak to you. It's harder coming from, I guess, white people. I'm the brownest one, so I feel like I have to speak on their behalf. But we came here, I had a single mom. Dad left when I was like 2 years old. So I understand how it feels to have nothing, but also at the same time.
Bro, why is everybody overlooking his prison, bro? He went to prison. If you have a background of being in prison and going to jail and all that stuff, bro, I'm not gonna hire you, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you've been to jail multiple times, you've been in prison for shoplifting and stealing, bro, why am I gonna work in my store, bro? You're just gonna steal money from me. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Don't feel like you have any opportunity?
Because you bring up exceptionalism and you try to use yourself and really insulted me by talking about the color of my skin. You're almost as dark as me because you try to bring up there's other black millionaires. See what you're doing right now is you're trying to talk about anomalies for my community. There's a racial wealth gap that you can't address. You're not an African American, and you bringing up a couple millionaires here and there doesn't change the fact that the majority of all the wealth in this nation is in the hands of white people.
Well, okay, what I would rebuttal is, I'm gonna be honest. What our rebuttal is, I'm gonna be honest, bro. When the stimulus check when the stimulus check was giving out to Americans, right? It was like around $1,800 or so, right? For every American. What did people spend it on? Straight up, a straight $1,800, bro. What people spent it on was PC. I remember for the longest time during COVID, you could not find GPUs, and GPUs was skyrocketing. PCs was so expensive because everybody bought PCs at that time. Everybody ran to PCs and got PCs, right? And I don't know who this was, bro, but like the way you invest it, right? I guarantee this guy what he did was, bro, he bought like some like I don't know, bro, bought some like chains or something. You know what I mean? A lot of people started wasting the money, bro. $1,800, you could have saved it for something else that you could make you money, bro. A lot of people buy a camera and start making some cameras or something. Bro, you know what a good side hustle is? Get a vending machine. Buy a cheap vending machine off Facebook Marketplace and just put it in like a laundry mat or something like that. Why would he buy chains? A lot of people buy chains. Bro. I know people around us was buying chains and like putting like new tires in the car. They started wasting their money quickly. Well, tires in the car is not really wasting money because I think it's a good investment in the money long term.
African Americans here have not gotten any reparations. Wealth has not been passed down for generations. We had to deal with redlining. We had to deal with Jim Crow. We still to this day. I was the first one in my family to be born with civil rights. My dad was born before the passage of the Civil Rights Act. I don't have civil rights. I've been wrongfully convicted, wrongfully arrested. I started getting arrested at 11 years old.
Exactly, man.
I'm a black man in America, and I don't relate to your experience or what you're bringing up. Because in my communities that I've lived in the poverty I've lived at the Union Rescue Mission in Skid Row, I've lived in South LA, in the ghettos. Where I've lived at, there are no millionaires. The only millionaires are the real estate owners, the slumlords.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, that'd be mine.
Where in our community are these opportunities? Where's the investment?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree that it's going to be harder. I'm not saying it's not going to be as easy as it would be for anyone else. I'm not saying that. But you just said that I chose anomalies, people that are exceptionalism. Do you believe you can be exceptional?
I'm not here to represent myself. I'm here to represent the unhoused.
I understand.
Okay, buddy. I'm here to represent the unhoused. Bro, do you realize that when you do one of these things, you're voting based off yourself? You're not voting based off everybody else. What? Oh, I'm not here for myself. I'm here for everybody else. I'm speaking on behalf of the whole world. What the? Should make a buy chat. My website's coming out, chat. I'll make a website, chat, with merch and stuff. It's gonna go crazy. You have to change tires on cars because more miles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Smoke. It's good long term to buy. I know a lot of people buy used cars and stuff. Exceptional. The thing is, chat, if you go based off of like stat wise, being a streamer, most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like literally only like less than 10,000 streamers make it a full-time job. Less than 10,000. So it's a very rare job. And if you go by statistics, bro, nobody will be a streamer. Not how people consider getting a place to live. Okay, Mike, you can't just do that.
And when I go to Skid Row, the data shows and my life experience shows that most of them did not get to go to UCLA like I did.
The data, bro. Do you feel like you can be? Do you feel like you can be exceptional? It's a yes or no question.
And I'm not answering your question. I represent the
Bro, why is he so aggressive? And he's always being insulted, bro. Bro, you know what he has, chat? You know what he has? This is why, I'm going to tell y'all right now, chat. The reason why that he will not, I'm just going to say a clear example, bro. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think he'll be a millionaire. The reason why I'll say that, bro, he has hate in his heart. When you have hate in your heart, chat, there's no way that you can grow, bro. When you have hate in your heart, this guy has hate in his heart, bro. Just by the way he talks and the way he speaks, bro, you can tell he has hate in his heart. He has hate in his heart, bro. When you have hate in your heart, chat, you cannot grow, bro. When you have hate in your heart. That is true. He has hate in his heart, chat.
I'm not here to be an anomaly. I'm here to represent the people.
Okay.
I was going to say, can I just one thing. I was going to say, you brought up the race inequality. I would also like to address the gender inequality. I'm a female. Do you know how, like, it's crazy for me as a female to even have a job in my country? Like, so coming to America, I was at a disadvantage too, you know?
They're doing
I
Fortnite!
didn't speak English, zero. I had zero connections, no friends, nothing. So, of course, I could have played the whole, I'm an immigrant, I don't speak English, I'm a female card, but I didn't, you know? So I think you can really get out of it. And it is tough for everyone, but You know, and you can't be stuck in this mindset.
So for you to say poverty is a choice, so for you to say, I'm a responder. For you to say poverty,
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Bro's been taking it the whole time, bro. I'm tired of his point. We got his point. We got bro's point. Let everybody else speak, bro. This girl has not got a chance to speak, bro. This guy hasn't got a chance to speak, bro. The other white guy over here didn't have a chance to speak, bro. You took over your time, bro. Come on now. Housing's a human right. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Just buy land and build a shelter, bro. Just straight up. Yo, what's good, Renez? How's it going, Renez? How's your day been, Renez? Right now, we're watching a Jubilee video saying, is being poor a choice? We're watching this.
The choice then, you just insulted all the women that are in Skid Row.
I still think
all the
it's a
women
choice.
like my mother who went missing in 2011, chronically homeless. These are some of the women who...
Bro, why is he still talking about being insulted, bro? Bro, he's been talking for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And bro hasn't said insulted. He's been insulted five times. If you're insulted that easily, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Hey, pack it up, bro.
Who are assaulted, some of the most vulnerable women in the city, and you said that their poverty is a choice. They're choosing to be intense, being assaulted,
But a lot of them
and
do
go through what
drugs
they're
too.
going through.
Like a lot of them do drugs. So.
What does that? What do you mean by like the drug part though?
Because, well, I know a lot of people that are on the streets, like, do drugs. And I've, like, luckily, thank God, I've never touched a single drug because even if there's 1% chance you could get addicted, I just don't want to take that chance because I see how those people live, and I would never want to end up like that.
But that I think about is poverty a choice? Because the drug abuse, the drug addiction is a big part of that. About 6 years ago, I met this guy, and I was already not doing very well.
Bro, you know what? Bro, you know what I don't get, bro? They want to talk about the drugs in like the hood and like the ghetto and stuff. Bro, they're not talking about the drugs in the trailer parks. If anybody has any experiences with the trailer parks and stuff, I literally live right next to a trailer park, bro. I can walk 5 minutes and be at a trailer park. I'm telling y'all right now, chat, the way he talks about that, it's way worse to find drugs in a trailer park than it is the ghetto, right? It's way harder. You can find, I guarantee you search every trailer.
After Jubilee, are we doing Queso Zone Wars?
We're not doing no Queso Zone Wars, bro. So the thing is, I gotta say to that chat, I think when it comes to the trailer, bro, there's more drugs in a trailer park than it is the whole ghetto. And what nobody's talking about that. I think it's way harder for people that not do drugs in a trailer park or near a trailer park or where drugs are easily accessible than somebody that is in the ghetto, bro. Yo! I got Maverick that man. Yo, Debbie Dope. Yeah, chat, Debbie Mountain Dew, bro. I need to be sponsored by them for real. Yo, how's it going, Renez? Renez, I said, how's it going, bro? You have not responded. Bro, Renez typed in your then left, quick. What have you been up to, Smoke? I haven't watched this video.
And he pulled out 2 needles, and my life was changed forever, and I was on the streets. And I think that I get that I made a bad decision by starting drugs in the first place. I'm not denying that. Right. But at the same time, the people I've met on the streets, they're not.
All right. I only heard 2 people talk about saying being poor is a choice. I only heard 2 people talk, right? This guy's saying he did drugs. All right. Granted, a lot of people, you know a lot of people lose their money or go broke because of drugs. 1, it's your choice to do drugs. That's 1. Right? 2, this guy's been in prison. Your choice to go to prison, right? So, now you have a background of that you went to prison, right? Somebody is going to be less likely to hire somebody that's been in prison than somebody that hasn't. Right, Skitty? Yo! How's it going, Mew? Hey, Mew. Hey, Mew. How's your day been, Mew? I love Trailer Park. My third friend used to live there. Smoke. The Trailer Park is not a good place to live. You don't want to live there for your whole life. Can you react to the most recent? No, I'm not going to that, bro. Hey, darn, how's it going, Mew?
You say
what you been up to, Mew?
Victim. I think that these are some of the toughest people I've ever met, and we're struggling from a significant illness that is beyond our mental control. It's hurtful to hear that poverty is a choice when there's people battling with drug addiction, and that's a significant thing. And drug addiction is not a choice. I think that some people are born with drug addiction. That's genuinely what I believe.
Do you think getting clean is a choice?
I was able to get clean. I have about 4 months sober, and but that doesn't make me any better than people who were still using. I got clean because I was able to get housing temporarily. I was able to get a clear head, and I think.
But they do have free housing for some people. It's going really, really good. I'm glad it goes so good, Mew. Why does it go so good? Just finished by having my cake. Oh, nice, Mew. W, Mew. W, Mew. You like mustard? Mustard's all right on some things, bro.
Or telling people on the streets, if you want housing, you need to get clean. You need to go to rehab. That's the only way you can get off the streets. But people aren't going to get clean if they can't get housing.
So what's stopping other, I guess, homeless people from doing what you did?
Because they don't have the same opportunities I did. I knew somebody very high up in the Midnight Mission, and she was able to get me into the cafeteria to just spend the night, and I was able to get a clear head. Not everybody has that opportunity.
I was actually going to touch on something that Kate said. Like, Kate, you agreed that being poor is a choice, but then you also brought up, like, disability kind of thing.
Oh, nice, BW!
For me personally, I have autism, and it's made it difficult for me to maintain employment, kind of like because social differences and like sensory difficulties and like with time management. Like throughout my whole life, I actually
what did your fortune cookie say?
I didn't end up graduating, but those same challenges that affected me in childhood, like I'm an adult now, but you don't grow out of that. And I get by mostly with like gig work and like odd jobs, but at the end of the day, maintaining stable employment is something that I want to do. And actually, studies show generally like 40 to 50% of homeless people actually are employed. So I think there is this big...
Well, the thing is, what I gotta say to her is, bro, I'm just looking, bro. I might be wrong, bro. I'm just gonna say this, chat. I'm gonna say this, bro. You have to have a skill of some sort. You gotta have some talking skills, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. A millionaire? You talking about being poor?
Studies show generally like 40...
Like, she looked more scared to talk, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. A good way to, a lot of people that are rich or not poor, they have a good talking ability, right? They can sell something, right? They're good businessmen. Knock on the door. Hey, man. Hey, I got some water. They're good at selling stuff, right? That's a very good skill to have. Very good skill. Maybe people remind me of being... That's SpongeBob, really. SpongeBob, really, bro. It said the love of your life is right in front of your eyes. Mew, real? You got a picture of it, Mew? Cat, what are you saying cat for, Meow? How do you use the viewer attacks? So the viewer attacks are, when I go in full screen, you can use it. Yeah, Mew, take it, send it to me. I gotta see that.
40 to 50% of homeless people actually are employed. So I think there is this big misconception that they're all like, you know, on the streets, like just doing drugs and they don't want to get better. And even the ones who aren't or can't still, I feel like, deserve
Yes, sir, bro. I'm the toughest. Yes, sir, Mike.
A lot of nuance to it.
Mike Vick started a dog fight.
Congratulations on that graduation.
Oh, thank you. It was so hard.
So proud of you for keep
thanks.
going. Like that's amazing. Exactly. Like you have like a mental disability, which does set you back. You know, it is so much harder for you, you know, than an average person with a clear head. It is. But I'm so proud of that. You keep going. That you're not giving up. You're amazing. Just
thank you.
bow
I
down to you.
appreciate that.
So do you guys think it's a choice for us four to be poor?
Well, it depends. Like, do you guys have a mental disability or a physical disability? Like, I feel like.
Yes.
I think
I'm
so.
No hard feelings.
Yeah,
just
I think
curious.
with the exception maybe. I'm not.
It's like not Oreos or chips.
I don't want to speak on.
Get chips, bro. You can't go. Depends on what chip. What chips?
Yes.
So
I mean,
what
as
chips, Mike?
respectfully as possible. Yeah.
So working full time, going to school, being a single parent with sole custody and placement of my daughter, doing everything right that I'm supposed to do. I'm choosing to be poor by working full time, by going to school, by taking care of my child.
That's a beautiful
Because the
thing.
thing is, you having a
I'm
daughter,
poor.
That's a beautiful thing.
choice. That was your choice, was it not?
I didn't ask you about.
Did you ejaculate?
Bro, you see what I meant? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This guy's making me irritated, chat. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. This guy's making me really irritated, right? This guy's really making me irritated, bro, because he's asking all these people's questions, right? But he expects them to give a yes or no answer, right? So he can give a rebuttal argument on how he's insulted or why he's so racially indifferent, right? But whenever they ask him a question, he never answers it with a yes or no. I'm not answering the question. Bro, what? I'm sitting on Discord. Okay. Chat, I have to see this real quick. Are you racist? I'm not racist. Not racist at all. Alright, let me see it, Mew. Mew! Oh, duh! Bro. Love of your life is right in front of your eye. Mew, what do you think that means, Mew? Mew, what do you think that means? Well, you did say you have a husband, so hey. Hey, Mew, this one works out for you. Hopefully it does, Mew. Yo, W Fortune, though. Chat, W Fortune. Yo, W. I found the love of mine. Oh, nice, Mew. Hey, bro, Mew, what do your family think when you pull that out? Yo, W's in chat, bro. W Mew, bro. Actually, W, bro. Having children, yes, it is. A bad one of that. I think having children is not a choice. I think having children is a choice, but I don't think it's a bad choice at all. Thing is, chat, I do want to have kids. Not right now, though. I'm not in a position to take care of a kid. So, what I'm going to do is, chat, I'm going to get myself stable first before I can have kids. So that was a good fortune. Nice, W Mew.
That was your choice, was it not?
W Mew.
I didn't ask you about.
Did you ejaculate inside your girlfriend?
Don't speak on my daughter. I asked.
You having a daughter?
Bro, don't speak on my daughter, bro. I asked you a question.
I'm asking you a question.
I asked you a
Is
question.
having a daughter a choice?
Before, yes or no? By working full time.
See, look, he expects a yes or no question from them, but when they ask him, he don't. Chat. When he expects them a yes or no answer, but when they ask him an answer, you're like, oh, don't speak about them. What the heck? Bro, what the hell? Bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. You got this victim mindset.
I'm asking you a question.
I asked you a question.
Is having a daughter a choice?
Before, yes or no?
Say, look, yes or no. And I guarantee he's gonna say yes.
Full time.
So you want me to answer a yes or no question, but you want to answer a yes or no question?
Damn!
Full time choosing to be poor.
Is having a child a choice?
Is working full time choosing to be poor? Why you can't answer the question?
Yes.
First of all.
Yes, here's why.
First,
I have a daughter too, so I know
love that you work full time.
I think right now you're trading your time.
Dang!
You gotta find the skill that'll allow you to trade your time for more money.
Why the gotta push? Bro, D, what do you mean, D?
I can hear the passion in your voice. You need to allow
passion. That's hate.
Trade your time for more money, so that when you work full time, it gives you more leeway, more freedom, better life.
I agree.
So you see it as choosing to be poor.
For you, 100%. Yes. For her, no. I don't know if like maybe you've battled with drugs, maybe it's giving you like a
choice to do with
like
drugs.
A mental, maybe some kind of mental.
Yo, nice, you David Fortune, you
sober. So
I just like if you think drug addiction, if you look at anybody on the streets right now, like screaming, talking to themselves, that was me, and it's just beyond me thinking that you believe or some
yes,
people
sir, nice, me
that they're choosing that.
Capitalism creates homelessness.
True. To a certain extent.
So my perspective is, whether you're looking at laissez-faire capitalism, and you're looking at the industrialists and those who were, ultra rich, that created a system where the majority of the people are living in poverty, and many of those people.
So capitalist, other thing is when I see a capitalist, I expect somebody with a lot of money to go to a place. Cause for example, right, I'm just gonna speak for example for me, right. So I live in Tennessee. Tennessee average wage was like $7.30 for a while, right? California was $15. So what people did was they worked at California when the average wage was way higher, double than Tennessee, and they made a lot of money. And they come to Tennessee and buy houses, right? So they go to Tennessee and buy houses, and what they do was they will buy houses and wait 5 years, so the value of the property will go up. So when they wait 5, 7, or 10 years, then they will sell the house to somebody for way more money. So what people started doing was they started buying multiple houses, like one company are buying multiple houses and just sitting it and waiting it, not renting it out, not giving it to people that can rent it out and buy it. They're just sitting it and holding it for the value to go up so they can sell it. So when I say capitalists create homelessness, in a way it does. If they're taking out all the houses in this area, you will be homeless in this area unless you have to move out. And a lot of people don't have transportation, so yeah. That's what I'll say on that.
Do not have homes. It's an exploitative system. And those who have access to the capital usually pass down as wealth through generations.
Yo, nice,
transfers from grandfathers,
nice fortune,
fathers to grandchildren, children. And those of us who are locked out of that capital are the exploited labor pool. So being homeless They subsidize your labor in Los Angeles. They'll even go to the
Arkansas,
point
I think Arkansas
where
is
you
a
will
W
get
state.
a subsidized job
very cheap,
where
so it's
the
good.
employer gets to use your labor for free. They don't have to pay you a
Thank
penny.
you, no problem, you.
I've worked many subsidized jobs. Capitalism is the system that does this. Socialism, systems where we all work together. Communism, systems where we all get an opportunity. We're working together, egalitarian.
Well, frame it,
or
you
those
better
who
frame
have
it.
are actually helping to take care of those who don't. They don't create homelessness. They actually make sure to prevent homelessness. So capitalism is an insidious system that keeps many of us locked out of wealth, that keeps many of us in homeless shelters and dying on the streets homeless.
You're really well educated on all this stuff. The way I see it, I guess, in the capitalist system, there's not really much of an incentive to help unhoused
Mountain Dew, yes sir, bro.
people.
We love Mountain Dew around here.
In fact, I feel like there's an incentive to kind of push the unhoused people down, push them away. And as someone on the streets or who was recently on the streets, I could feel that pressure. Like I felt it whenever I walked into a store and then I felt like I wasn't wanted. Security would meet me, people would go away or people moved away from
Bro,
me.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm just saying how I am, bro. That's the way I'm gonna see it as. That's the way I see it as.
The bus or seeing
Hey,
the
when
bus
this Sunday,
stop, you know
Patriots
how
or
there's
Titans?
that rod in the middle of the
Patriots.
bus stop, and you know that the city deliberately
Patriots.
puts
Titans
that
are
little
ass.
rod there to prevent somebody from being able to live.
All right, we already heard of them.
There's a premise Africa was they just got Blue Martini exploitation.
I want to hear what the other people
200 years
say.
ago, that was their life. You know what I mean? Like you didn't have to do that. I didn't use that to come in here and say, "Oh, I have a tough life too." It's a man's world.
Yes,
out
sir,
here.
mate. That's what I'm
Give
saying.
up, you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. See, my situation is nothing like yours. I don't know what you're talking about. You were able to come over here, like you said, as an immigrant and access white privilege that was put into place.
But why
for you
is it
to
so
access.
aggressive?
Meanwhile, like I said, my father was born before the passage of the Civil Rights Act, born without civil rights, drank from segregated drinking fountains. My grandmother was born a sharecropper and escaped out of that situation. And the ending of slavery is not suddenly a glorious moment for African Americans like you're trying to paint it to be. It ended 100 years ago. No, we still deal with the issues today. So I don't know what you're talking about. I dealt with racism in my own life. I walk down Los Feliz, I get arrested for the color of my skin.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I really wish they had
detained,
like
questioned.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I wish they had a black millionaire to combat against this guy because you can't really just like as a white person you can't really like say, oh yeah, I know how you feel about racism. Oh, I know how to feel. You can't really depend on it. But I will say this, chat. You can't be racist towards any race, bro. The mindset, oh, you can't be racist towards white people, bro. You can. You can be racist towards anybody.
Profiled.
Name
even
of the Playboy
held in
Cardi.
jail without being convicted of a crime.
I like a
have
couple
no
of his
clue what
songs.
you're talking about.
Okay.
You speaking on Africans and African Americans and our experience and trying to compare it to Russians, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I'm also black. I've gone through the same type of racism, the same man-words, the same small hick towns, all that stuff the same. And I never look at it. I never think about it like that. It's like, why does everyone have to bring up something that held someone else back? It's always, oh man, they did this to the blacks, or the blacks did this, or the Mexicans did this, or what about the good things? What about hey, did you see that dunk? Did you see that garb?
Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of negativity around capitalism all the time, and I totally understand it. And if you look at the system that we have in place right now,
that's what I'm saying, Mike.
and you blame, government bureaucrats for being in bed with the billionaires and the business owners and all that kind of stuff, and you think, oh, that's a big problem, which I hear a lot from people. That's not capitalism. That's cronyism. That's where business interest and government interest are inextricably linked. Capitalism just means private ownership over the means of production. As we were
private ownership, exactly. That's what people kept doing with California. They came over here and just start buying properties. So the thing is, I would say it does in a certain way, yes. In certain ways, yes, it does.
Standing back there, you're talking about socialism and communism. I mean, that's a slippery slope to go down. You would know.
Yeah.
I come from a country that's more socialist leaning. We do pay a bit higher taxes, but we have universal health care, right? And you look at, the happiness index of Denmark. You look at Norway, look at Finland. These are places that have a mix of capitalism and socialism. I'm not saying pro-socialism in any way, shape, or form. That said, it does have its benefits. The blame that so many people put toward capitalism, I think.
Oh my God, yes sir! Don Godfrey, chat, that's what they're gonna call me.
I personally think is
Don
a
Godfrey.
beautiful, amazing, incredible system, and it's not even close to perfect because it's a system. Socialism is a system. Communism is a system, and albeit a horrible one. And human beings, and human behavior, and human nature is very rarely factored into these systems. That's what drives these systems.
True.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
I would agree. If we had a system of capitalism and white supremacy wasn't involved because it wasn't imposed upon us, maybe we would have a different history. But the reality isn't like that. The reality is that this system of capitalism that we're under, it was involved in slavery. So like you said, it is about the human interest, and that comes into play, not just what's on paper.
You know what I don't get, bro? Is I think, I might be wrong, but I think every country was founded with slavery, right? Britain was, Egypt was, Africa was, Europe was, Norway was, like I think at least every point in history, right? At least every point in history. Okay. What's good, baby? Bro, why you calling me a baby crep, bro? What are you talking about, bro?
Like he said, when we're out here in LA and we're homeless, we have nowhere to go, we can't even lay on a bus stop. Where are we supposed to go? It's a crime for us to even exist in a society. So where are we supposed to exist at? I'm not understanding. Where does the system want us to go? The Olympics are coming up.
I think the only thing you're not understanding is the prompt, which was about capitalism.
Right, that's capitalism.
So I think if the prompt was pink puppy dogs, we'd end up at race like within one step.
So you can take race out of it because you don't deal with the negative aspects of race. You're not oppressed through the color of your skin. So you can take race out of capitalism. It's a part of capitalism. Who started capitalism? Who started the system?
Well, I'll say this.
I can tell you, it wasn't a black man in Africa.
The United States is not the only country that has capitalism.
Right, I said who started capitalism. Do you know? Was it a black man in Africa?
It went from feudalism to mercantilism to capitalism, and it was like a naturally evolving state.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't get. He's talking about who started capitalism, right? I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Africa was we have more documentation on Africa than we do America, right? Like longevity-wise, like thousands, millions of years ago, right? Very, very long time ago. What I'll say is, though, capitalism, I think, did start in Africa, actually. It started with Egypt, right? It started in ancient Egypt. Whenever, when in Egypt, what they would do is they would buy, they would conquer, right? Genghis Khan would conquer. Right? He got a capitalistic mindset. This whole thing is mine. He capitalized on it. He's a capitalist. He wants to get more, and it's his own thing. Do y'all understand what Genghis Khan did, bro? He had a big old army. He would surround a whole city. He would go like this around a whole city and say, "You're gonna join our army, or you're gonna go against us. And if you do, we're just gonna wait y'all out, and we're just gonna do that." And y'all gonna get out of food in a month or so. And that's how he did it. He capitalized on everybody. King Kong's a W, bro. Sorry, I haven't been. Now you're good, Mew.
All in Africa?
It's a flawed system. No system is perfect. I agree. Like it may create some homelessness. It might make some people's lives harder.
Name a video is called "It's Being Poor Choice."
It promotes you to be good. America is the wealthiest country in the world because of capitalism. The most capitalistic country, wealthiest country in the world. In fact, capitalism has driven prices of food so low. More people die of obesity here than starvation. Right? There are 1,600 new.
Damn! That is true, all right? Capitalism, right? That is true. Capitalism has some good things, but the prompt says capitalism creates homelessness. Which, when somebody goes from California with the average pay of 15 to go to Tennessee with a 7, yes, because they buy a whole bunch of houses. So, when you say that, it is true, but like, I want to clear it up. Now you're good, Mew. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Millionaires created every single day. Me personally, I employ 20 people. They take care of their families. They live good lives, right? So imagine, I'm not even that rich. Imagine a billionaire. They're hiring tens of thousands, 20 thousands of people. So the more businesses you have, the more people that are taking advantage of this capitalism. It's not just taking care of.
Yo, chat, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. If I was one of the people that's homeless right there in front of them, if I was one of the poor persons right in front of them, bro, what I would say is, I would ask all 4 of the millionaires, do any of y'all got a job opportunity for me? Does any of y'all got a job open for me? That's what I would do, bro. I hit a sales pitch on their ass.
Them, like, yeah, I'm paid well, but also
immediately
work for me that also have good lives because of it.
Yo,
So
it's good, Angel. How's it going, Angel?
Growth, and it creates prosperity.
Bro, we all need jobs. Yes, sir, bro.
And it's not perfect, but it's the best we got.
Homeless encampments can be dangerous and should be cleared.
I guess so. I don't know.
So I do security and
yeah, how's it going, how's your day, been, Angel?
So not only do I usually put someone in a headlock, I usually see them later on that day. Not only that, everyone, and because I do security, everyone has a knife, or it's because it's for their protection. But it gets insane when you get people who are super high, super drunk, super off their square. It gets really weird.
I don't know
I
about
think
this
Jack
one.
mentioned it earlier. He said,
homeless.
I've been good. What about you? What you been doing today, Angel? I've been editing today. Went to sleep a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I can't really have nothing to say about it. I'm gonna skip this because I don't really got nothing to say here. But Angel, I just been streaming, Angel. My day has been really good though. My day has been really good.
There is help out there.
Canada.
It's because of that work that they're.
The system is rigged to keep the rich rich and the poor poor.
Oh! Anyway, what we do? I'm watching Jubilee. It's saying, is being poor a choice? Is the system rigged to keep the rich rich and the poor poor? Only thing I'll say is, I don't know, because I'm going to say this. If America had more people rich, that will mean America has more money coming to them. Your hair looks nice slicked back like that. Oh, damn, Angel. Oh, Angel, thank you. Thank you, Angel. You look bald. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. Rich. I don't think so. Yeah, thank you, Angel.
I believe it is. And I believe it's because that's what you do when you're winning. You make sure you stay winning. And that's it. That's it.
It is rigged in a way. A good example, 2008. Do you guys remember what happened?
I'm not 300 pounds, bro.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Shit hit the fan. Banks were failing, but not all the banks failed. The big banks didn't fail. Why did they not fail? Who bailed them out?
JP Morgan.
You did, you did, I did. We bailed them out. The taxpayer bailed them out. This is cronyism. I believe in free market capitalism. I believe those banks should have crumbled, failed, and we should have innovated on top. We should have created something way better. So in that way, it is rigged, but it's not rigged enough to keep everybody down. I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, Chad, I like the hair laid back. I don't know about the hair laid back, though,
value
Chad.
for the market.
I don't know about the hair
value
slicked back,
from the
though,
market.
Chad. I'm
I
gonna be honest.
100% believe
Because down with Indy
literally
watch
all four of you
exactly.
could be extraordinarily wealthy, while the system is rigged in the rich's favor at the same time.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Donald
Angel,
Trump's
tell him leave
big,
me alone,
ugly
Angel.
bill just passed, and within his bill, they're estimated that millions of Americans are going to die because of lack of access to
Everyone
healthcare in the
protects
future.
yourself.
And for some reason, the billionaires get tax cuts, the millionaires get all these benefits, and those of us in poverty, we get the shaft, as always. Different programs like AmeriCorps, Job Corps, all these programs are disappearing because now it's an attack on DEI. Now they don't want to see anyone who's getting these opportunities continue to get these opportunities.
Hey, real hard card,
system
Joe,
is
guys,
definitely
3
rigged
words,
to
get over it.
continue to see us failing, to keep us
How you doing with the haters,
a
Mike?
permanent underclass, serving the needs and the wants of
How do you deal with the haters, bro? I'm gonna be honest, bro. This is how you deal with haters, bro. Just don't acknowledge them, bro. Why would somebody that's on the internet that has nothing to like? Why would you let words affect you? Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Why would you let words affect you, bro? I'm gonna keep it real.
those in power and those in power to continue getting richer while we continue to die on the wayside.
I'm gonna keep it real.
I
Eyes
think
over, chat.
it boils down to the definition, because he was saying
What's that,
rigged,
Rolly?
right?
Avalanche.
Rigged would imply that you can't win. Like, you know the shell game? They go on the streets, they go like this, they put a little nut under the thing, they move it. That's rigged, because you can't win no matter what, they're gonna take your money. As a black male, it might be harder to get rich. As a woman, it's harder to get rich, right? As a white man, it might be easier, but it doesn't mean that a black male or a woman can't get rich.
I was going to actually mention, I studied sociology in school, so it was actually really depressing when we got to the topic of wealth inequality, because they said statistically, whatever class you're born in, you're actually going to end up at, if not even go lower, which is crazy, because coming out of college, I was so optimistic.
Everybody say
and I was
yourself,
thinking,
yeah.
I become so wealthy.
Calm down,
A lot of
chat.
times it's the idea of like
Do I have some Mountain Dew there? Yes, sir, chat. I love some Mountain Dew.
A lot of it, I think, comes down to personal choices, and I've noticed you mentioned a lot of times, like, oh, but the circle that we have a big advantage. Again, I came here from, like, a country that I didn't even speak the language. I came here when I moved here from Florida. I didn't know a single person.
Florida,
So a lot of it really
of course.
boils down to my personality. I have to present myself in a way that people wouldn't want to hire me. It has nothing to do, like, for me, I didn't know you were African American. I don't care. I thought you were Indian, honestly, and I don't care if you're Indian. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Mexican.
Yes. Yeah, I do gotta say this, chat. She said that he thought this guy was Indian. I'm just gonna say this, bro. When do you know an Indian had dreads? When did you know an Indian had dreads? They don't. Bro, what? Yeah, I think he's Jamaican by this hat. Bro, is it subbed? Wow, chat.
To me, it's like, if you're a good person, like if you're a fun person, hey, let's hang out. Hey, let's start a business together. It never boils down to a race to me, you know? Your energy has so much to do with it, your vibration. Like I think you just gotta.
Once again, I think you're speaking from a position of
Insulted.
privilege. So the statistics show that an African-American male with a college degree, with no felony record whatsoever, has the same chance to get in a callback, the same chance of getting an interview from a white man who has a felony record. What are we talking about here? We're not going off of people are just treating us the same based on our energy and our vibe and what I'm giving off of. People are treating us different based upon our race, whether you like it or not.
Okay, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I don't know why this guy keeps bringing up race in every single argument. Every single one is about race. I don't get it.
Race out of this whole segment.
Well, then we're talking about a system that's rigged.
Well, the thing is, right? We're talking about rich and poor, right? We're talking about rich and poor, right? Which I don't get every single time, bro. I'm a true friend, so shut up. Sonic, calm down, Sonic.
This system is rigged in your favor, not in my favor.
I'm a
calm down, Sonic.
Statistically, you should be my boss. If you were born in this country, you have such a big advantage over me.
Who benefited the most from DEI programs?
What DEI
White women.
programs?
DEI programs in America, the majority of all DEI programs in America, who benefited from those programs? Which minority got to get those benefits?
Bro, I used to know the comments.
You don't know the history of the country that you're living
I
in?
can just hold the comments. Hey, Mew, what do you think of that fortune cookie though, Mew?
These are programs that have existed in the United States of America for decades.
When was it created?
Donald Trump's administration is trying to get rid of them because the Americans have perceived that these programs actually benefited me, black men. If they knew that those programs mostly helped white women, you think they would have got rid of those programs? Can we be honest and have a real discussion? Or are we just gonna have a privileged discussion where it's just vibes, girl, and when I go out there, everything is
I said, what do you think about that fortune cookie, Mew?
Have a good time too.
Because look, when it comes to hiring, at the end of the day, for me, I don't care if the person's white, I don't care if it's black, I really don't care.
Cops don't care either?
I'm not a cop.
Right. So the system is rigged. We're not saying you're rigged. We're not saying that we're not saying that befriending you is rigged based on all these things. The system is rigged to keep the rich rich and the poor poor. That's a reality. I was born into poverty. I lived my entire life in poverty, and I know that I've been busting my ass.
Really? You like it?
I've been busting my it was a real victim mentality of busting my ass since day one, and they stopped busting my ass. And as a matter of fact, while I'm working full time, I'm still volunteering. I take my time.
Okay, all I gotta say is though, bro got a thing behind him. I'm gonna be honest, bro, but I'm just saying, it's like, oh, it keeps the rich rich. America's better. But when do you want more people rich so you make more money?
Out of my schedule to volunteer.
Yeah, do nice, Mew.
I can be in a homeless shelter. Great. It's such a victim mentality to help others that don't have what I have, to make sure that I even help those who have more than me. It's such a victim mentality.
I hear a lot of people have pointed out that I think you maybe exchange your time for a little bit too little money because
everybody, where the president is inciting fascism and inciting racism in his speeches, in his policies, in the fact that he's against our own Constitution. How is the system not rigged in favor of the rich when we have a billionaire president with an administration full of billionaires? The Department of Education head right now.
Okay, I don't know. I don't get his point about saying a billionaire, bro. Every president has been a millionaire. Obama's been a billionaire. Bush's been a billionaire. Biden's been a billionaire. Everybody has money, bro.
Linda McMahon. The only reason these people are getting into positions is not based on their qualifications, not based on what their education is based on the fact of how much money they have. The entire that is completely not true, bro. I think a big reason why Kamala Harris lost was because she didn't do no podcasting. She only did one podcast, and that was like almost 2 months into her campaign. She probably had 3 months to do a campaign. So what?
What
are you talking about, bro?
The system is fully rigged in the favor of those who are ultra rich and against those who are poor.
So, as far as is the system rigged or not, I think people can argue to the end, back and forth, whether it is or it isn't. At the same time, I just want to say, who cares? Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's rigged. Okay, you have it harder. Okay.
Can y'all quit fighting in chat, bro? Can y'all quit, bro?
And who gives a shit? He's like, you got to work hard anyway.
Can y'all quit?
At the end of the day, it doesn't change the solution. which, you know, the activity in your
I'm
hand
not
can take you
queso!
to become successful or keep you out of poverty. It's gonna be the same, and it's crazy, bro, because you're so educated on a lot of these topics, and it's like, man, if I could take my philosophies and just put it in your body, I'd be a millionaire in a year. So it really comes down to that. You have so much energy, so much intelligence, and it's like, man, it's like if I can just channel that energy into this different direction, bite some different philosophies, and just
Is there anyone?
Trying to sell the house.
back and forth, whether it is or
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, I'm humble. I'm open.
I say
minded.
this.
Everyone on this side wants to be where y'all at right now, and no one on y'all side wants to be where we're at right now.
True.
And that's just the reality.
Wealthy people have a duty to fix homelessness.
Wealthy people have a duty to fix homelessness. I think as a person, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, bro. As an individual, chat, I'm gonna be honest, bro. As an individual, bro, I don't think it's somebody's job to fix homelessness, bro. I think it's the government. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think it's the government. But what I will say is, though, you could give out more. I think if you're wealthy, bro, I think you should be giving more. It's like donating cans of food to like home. Like, just give out more, bro. I think you should give more. If you have more to give, you should give out more. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Heck, I give even though I don't got a lot, bro, but I still give, bro.
Yes.
I like this. I think the more money you make, the more responsibility you bear, right? And the more responsibility you have, the more you want to help other people, bring them up, educate them, help monetarily. Whether you fix it through money or whether you fix it through education, whether you fix it through reform, there's a lot of things you can do once you start making money because you can start making impact. Especially hearing your guys' stories, it makes me feel bad because I feel like I could do more. I can't, obviously, but I think the wealthier you get, the more responsibility you have for that stuff.
I think every person has a duty to help their fellow human being. And homelessness is an initiative that it's been
Yeah, they
for
go on
a
mute.
long time. It's not just lip service. I mean, I've helped people fundraise through my company and built 150 homes for people.
I don't think homeless, in my opinion, while I do agree they should give out more.
In charitable stuff.
That's what I'm saying, FT. That's what I'm saying.
I
say it's more the government's
I think it's actually more of a selfish thing to
responsibility.
do, to be honest with you, because it's like it feels amazing doing it. I feel like I'm actually fulfilling my calling, and I think anybody has a duty to help their fellow human. It's just part of being a decent person.
I feel really glad hearing
You guys found out some crazy stuff as usual. What did you find out, Mew?
To put yourself in others' shoes, and a lot of the times just everyday life is just so stressful when you're, poor. It's like you can't think about the greater good for society. It's every day, it's just survival. I stepped forward because I was thinking kind of like in terms of taxing the rich a little bit. Taxes, go to public services like libraries and roads, and I feel like those things are important.
I think the government should make everyone rich and we all live happy. The thing is, Angel, right? If you give everybody in America $100,000, then it will be the people that has $500,000 are going to be rich. It's just going to raise the richest up. The value of it is going to like spread. So there will always be rich or poor, no matter what it is, right? There will always be it, right? Oh, I'm going to give everybody $1 million. Then everybody who has $5 million is going to be rich. It's the same thing. It's the same concept, Angel. Just giving everybody money is not going to make everybody rich. It's not. If you give everybody money, bro, it's just going to make it more, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, the thing is, I think we're in a position, you know what? There are some states where there's no tax on income. I'm going to be honest, bro. If you make money, bro, I don't think tax should be on income. I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't think tax should be on income. Tax on goods, like a Mountain Dew, like 10 cents per dollar, I'm fine with that. But I think tax on income should not be a thing. I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't think tax on income should be a thing, bro. I don't think we got to pay taxes on that. I'm going to be honest, bro. But Angel, if you do give everybody $100,000, bro, it will still, everybody will still be poor, bro. If you give everybody $1 million, someone will still be poor. It will just go by margins then. So, brother, a family member on my mom's side, her boyfriend got shot. Really, Mew? Dang. Sorry to hear about that, Mew.
Important more on a systemic level. And
Dang,
you
Mew.
guys made a good point about like how you individually feel. That's not even something I had thought about with the prompt. So I was glad hearing like y'all's takes on that.
Me too. It was, and I think just this discussion is part of helping. You know what I mean? I do think the rich have a duty to help the unhoused, and There's just this one thing. I always thought it was weird. I'm not saying
Okay,
that.
sorry, what I gotta talk about that
people
6'7" son
needed
number.
to give me money, but I would panhandle a lot. You know what
Well,
I mean?
think I gotta.
And whenever
Nah,
I
you're
was
good,
in
mute.
like, really wealthy areas,
your birthday,
like
mute. Don't think about it.
Calabasas,
It's your birthday.
I wouldn't get any money from anybody. But if I went to like a lower income neighborhood, like if I went to East LA, I'd get.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
what I'm
of
saying,
money.
F10.
And it just made me like wonder like why the upper class is more hesitant to directly help the unhoused, and I'm thinking maybe because they don't.
Look
want
at this
us to
vid.
stay
It's
in their neighborhoods and
about
stuff.
it's 56 minutes, but I've been skipping through it some parts.
Just because they can't relate.
Yeah.
Because this is I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I thought about this beforehand. I actually got everyone freaking little things so you guys get a stay at a hotel for however long. So all of you guys got one. There's $250 on this.
Whoa.
For any hotel you want.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys are good. I love this prompt, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do this.
God.
If I'm breaking the rules, it's for you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, actually, W. I'm gonna be honest, bro. If I was there as a homeless bro, I'm gonna ask everybody for $1,000. I'm gonna keep it real.
Thank you, sir. But I think part of that is because people can't relate. Because I remember there was at some point my dad, there was an ugly little like divorce battle.
Hey, you rich man? Yes, sir. I have been stressing out all day.
We're almost homeless, so it's
all right,
like,
good,
when I
me,
hear this
W.
stuff, it makes me sad.
That one guy pissed me. The guy with the dreads, dude. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He made me mad. Like he doesn't make me mad. He irritates me, bro, because he doesn't answer yes or no. I give him drugs. Chat, remind us to never make Renee's president.
It sucks, and I feel like really grateful to have money now. So I wanted to make sure that you guys.
But he's such a crybaby.
I can't do like it's not much, but also just on the top I have goosebumps. It's crazy.
They're Debbie, bro.
That are right now fighting this battle. We don't have people to make sure that Gavin Newsom can hear our stories. We don't have people to make sure that Karen Bass can hear our stories. Being millionaires.
How you played Butt Tycoon? No, I have not.
Quicker and better.
Oh, no, yes, I did. I played Nut Tycoon. I like
try
it.
to talk to them. They quick to throw us out of there. Let you guys
Nut Tycoon, I like Nut
petition,
Tycoon.
talk to them, ask them. They'll probably listen to y'all way faster than they'll listen to us. That's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, I guess I just want to say from my personal experience,
Not
every
W.
successful like, entrepreneur or person that's made a lot of money, they've always given back. They're actually
All right,
someone
W,
giving
Sonic
people
W.
my experience. I guess with the
They look at homeless or
duty,
it's not about was looking.
They were
all right,
obligated.
Sonic. These people aren't homeless. Well, some of them were homeless, but some of them weren't.
It's like I don't think it should be written anywhere, but I think it's a natural philosophy that if you've ever struggled and understand what that's like, that when you make it, it's like how do you not feel good about helping someone else out because you've once been in their shoes. So, I mean, I agree with everything everyone was saying. I guess the word duty maybe threw me off.
I think if you make it a responsibility, you're gonna cheapen it. Like if y'all were responsible for giving me a hotel every night, he would have pulled that out. I'd be like, bro, gone with that. I don't know. You should have gave me twice as much, 3 times as much, because now you're obligated. I stood in a line for 2 hours almost to get this T-shirt because I was like, I need something to match these shoes, and I saw people in the line.
All of us just need to get a job, Renez.
They're not. They don't care about what.
Well, I would say this, Renez. I know there's some people that you offer like a homeless person a job, bro. Some of them that wouldn't deny it.
I'm like, bro, they're volunteering. If people are responsible for doing stuff for other
I'm
people,
not joking.
Then it's gonna turn more of like, why didn't you do that for me? Instead of why didn't I get off my ass and get it? We all also do have our own families, and I plan on being filthy rich. I mean, absurdly, disgustingly rich. And I don't want all of a sudden now now it's on me to take care of everybody else's, because I have a lot of children.
Chat.
I was gonna say, I was gonna add to yours. I feel like a lot of times, like when rich people do even help, it's never enough. They get taxed more than anyone else. It's still not enough. We're people are still like, oh, like eat the rich, and like.
I would say is though, chat. Like I don't think it's wealthy people's duty to fix homelessness. I think they should give. Don't get me wrong. I think you should give, but I don't think they're obligated to. But like morally, yes. But I don't think it's their job to fix homelessness. I think homelessness is a government thing. I think as a government you should.
Like rescue, and I still want to like foster like a couple kids when I'm older, but it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna solve anything, And I'm still gonna.
That's what I would say.
Like, oh, like you're a white girl, like you have privilege, It just feels like not that I need the validation or anything, but sometimes it just feels like no matter how much you do, no matter how much you give, people are still gonna look down on you, and they're still gonna do like, oh, but you have this, oh, but you're whatever, you're a female, oh, but you're tall, but you're white. That's why you got those things. But a lot of times it's like, you can't win,
Because you owe me.
Yeah.
You owe me.
It's always.
I think I meant like not as much a legal responsibility necessarily. I think it's just we kind of overlook the spiritual connectedness of all of us.
Spiritual
We
connection.
have moral responsibilities for each other. So yeah, you maybe don't literally owe me.
What the hell they mean by spiritual connection? What the hell? Okay, this video's getting off topic,
anything. I think that we all owe each other like dignity and help.
Red
and
Shirt definitely
respect.
does drugs. Renez, I'm glad you said that, Renez. You missed it, bro. He's been off drugs for 4 months, Renez. He's been off drugs for 4 months.
And yeah.
If you give people free housing, they won't be motivated to change their lives.
Oh! Chat, if you give people free housing, they won't be motivated to change their lives. All right, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm going to be honest, bro. You can't just go by everybody. I think some people will be motivated to change their lives, but not everybody would be. I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't think everybody would be. I don't think everybody's going to be motivated to change their lives. Some people would, but I don't think most people won't. I'm going to be honest, bro.
Well, I am literally looking at people who are going through these housing processes every day. I'm going through it myself.
Why did you get a 30-minute timeout, Mike? He insulted.
It should always be a temporary thing.
I told
Because
everybody to quit doing it.
parents
He did it again
should
and
raise
insulted,
you,
so that's
and
wrong.
if they don't raise you, you're not someone else's problem. And nothing should be free. And if there's this big utopia of free stuff, then it probably isn't in America.
Yeah. So when I say this, I'm just speaking for other countries, right? You look at like.
Man,
I travel
swing on
the
that
world,
guy
you
with
go
the
to other
dreads.
countries,
Limited.
Specifically,
Calm
like,
down.
in
Don't be
Europe.
swinging.
A lot of them, they do this free housing thing.
Really?
And the people that are in this free housing, they don't work. There's just like a minimum thing where they're just there in this free housing, chilling. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think with the prompt saying, if you give someone free housing, they're not going to want to work. I think that's true.
I think it's completely counterintuitive because if it's free, you know?
Yeah. So
There
I
you
think
go.
anything that's given for free is usually taken for granted.
Right.
True.
That's what it is. I know for me, like I had a very traditional.
Besides this.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
No, I had a very traditional like Asian mom, and I grew up in LA.
Sure,
so
I want to hear
know about street.
Yep. Oh no.
I mean, it's hard to apply that statement to everyone. It's like you
True.
can't say it as a blanket statement because it's going to be like every individual is different. I'm very grateful I don't have a mortgage anymore, and it did kind of. I'm like, oh man, the motivation kind of does go down with it, but that doesn't speak for everybody.
The guy in the middle is a YouTuber. I think this guy in the white is a YouTuber, bro. I don't know what is his name, like Joey Salads or something.
Sober until
I know
was able to
him.
get into a cafeteria to get out of the rain. And
I
was
know
able to
that guy.
think
He's a
more
YouTuber.
clearly. And there's an issue right now, especially in Los Angeles. That's the city I can speak from. But the easiest way for me to get shelter was going to a gay bathhouse. And like that's like kind of a fucked up system if that's the easiest way for me to get
Something that she can't. So it's just getting people a baseline to be able to ground and have the safety, the security, like the dignity that comes with having a place to call home, so that they can launch because they're not worried about, oh man, there was a heavy rain today. That means the hillside that I live on, which is dirt,
that's crazy,
is gonna like completely flood out my house. They have to worry about like the most very, very basic things that hold them back from actually focusing on starting a business, running.
That goes a really big way.
I just feel like you're completely just invisible. And thank y'all.
RW.
Bro, my hands are sweaty too, man.
Yeah, W video though, chat. W video, bro.